So in this video, we are going to build a habit, a small exercise which is going to help you cultivate emotions, cultivate elevated or positive emotions as a habit. So yes, it is just a 15-minute activity, but as you spend more time on it, as you create more awareness on it, you will realize that creating the emotions that you want it can also become a second nature habit, and it will go a long way in tackling the different life situations that you come across. So over time, the body gets habituated to feeling certain emotions that it has acquired through the course of life, and then the mind simply keeps those emotions alive and reaffirms those emotions by thinking thoughts of a similar nature. And it is this habit of being ourselves that we want to break, because it keeps us in a prison, in a confined prison of these similar emotions, similar thought forms, and that is just the way in which we always perceive life, and it just causes a lot of suffering and misery, and it prevents us from becoming a full-fledged human life. That is what everyone wants to do through various things that we do. We want to be full-fledged life, but it prevents it's these baggages of the past, these emotional and mental formations, that keeps us grounded to the past and just prevents that from happening. So if you notice in my videos, I always mention this fact because it is very important. Knowledge is the precursor to experience. Once the body and mind understands what it is going to be put through, there is an intention behind it, and then the effectiveness of that activity increases many-fold. There are several experiments that are done which further confirm this fact. So that's why I always tell you, you need to understand the emotional, mental things that are happening inside you. This is you building emotional intelligence. Yeah, so the exercise is as follows. So I want you to carve out 15-20 minutes and ask yourself 3 questions every day, and just spend some time in your inner world and feeling out the emotions associated with these questions, and just over time I want you to build this out as a habit, so that the body and mind knows what it feels like to feel these emotions and how to create these emotions, so that as you go through various life situations, this is the state of being that you're cultivating. You know how this feels like, and you're just giving your body and mind a taste of this feeling. So question number 1 is, what was the thing that made you feel grateful today? So it could be anything, from as simple as the sun coming up today. It is giving you life. Or if it is a rainy day, it is a rainy day. It is again giving you life. Or maybe a kind stranger smiled at you on your way to work or on your way to college or something. Or you have this sense of gratitude for your parents, friends, or people in your life. It can be anything. Just take a moment. Maybe you can take a moment now. What was that one thing that made you feel grateful and full of gratitude towards life? Give your body and mind a taste of how it feels like. So gratitude is the ultimate form of receivership. It means that you are in complete and total alignment with the present moment, irrespective of how it presents itself. It means that you are ready to receive whatever the universe presents itself. It means that you are not in a state of resistance. So understand, when you are not in a state of resistance on the inside, naturally your outside is simply going to reflect that state of being. But if you are always in a state of resistance and you are questioning the very nature of how things are in the present moment, the universe takes it as a sign that yes, this person wants resistance, and it is just going to reflect into your outer environment with more resistance, more situations in which there is resistance. Drop the resistance and try to spend some time on appreciating the little things, the unimportant things, because they are a lot more important than you think. The trees, there is such an intimate relation between you and nature. the fresh oxygen that they are giving out is giving life to you. Take a moment to understand this experientially. You know this conceptually, but you are just letting that feeling of gratitude sink in. Just take a moment and feel that sense of gratitude fill you. You are ready to receive everything that the universe has in store. And that is just the state of being that you are cultivating for yourself, irrespective of how the situation is. The classification of good or bad is just in your mind. Step out of your mind and consciously cultivate this emotion. Consciously feel this out. Feel this emotion. Think about any scenario, the smallest of scenarios throughout the day that caused you to feel a sense of gratitude, and let that emotion sink in and feel it to its fullest. So second question that I want you to ask yourself every day is, what was the thing that did not go as per your liking in that day? What was that thing that did not go as per your expectations and you had a small failure in that particular task or activity? Now the key in this part is acceptance. Everything in life, everything in your day cannot go according to your wishes. That is called dictatorship. We don't want to be dictators. We are in a state of flow with life. The key part is forgiveness, acceptance, and having a sense of compassion towards yourself. So maybe, for example, sometimes I decide that I am going to write, say, one article or two articles, and sometimes it just doesn't flow and I just don't end up writing those articles. I have to spend some time and just be okay with that. Let go of these unrealistic expectations, because they don't serve any purpose whatsoever. It is just you putting more pressure on yourself, which is after all a reflection of the collective consciousness around you, the collective consciousness of the society. So be compassionate with yourself. Be kind to yourself. You are being kind to yourself today. Tomorrow you are going to be kind to someone else, and day after someone else is going to be kind to you. That is how the cascading effect works. That is how you create your aura, you create your presence, and you embody this state of being. So it could be anything. Maybe you had a small failure at your work. Maybe you didn't do the thing that you were going to do, or maybe someone, say your boss, yelled at you, or your date did not go according to your wishes, or you had a small altercation with your parents. Just take a moment to reflect on that feeling, to reflect on that reactivity, and simply be understanding and be okay with yourself. Forgive yourself, accept that this is what it is, and look at yourself and the person involved with eyes of love and compassion. This is the emotion that you are cultivating, and eventually, trust me, this is going to reflect in future scenarios. This is how you are going to see the situation next time. This feeling of compassion, understanding, forgiveness is going to reflect in the midst of that task. Eventually it's going to be ahead of that task, and eventually it is just going to be the way in which you do everything. The way in which you do anything is the way in which you do everything with everyone, right? So that is the state which we are trying to cultivate in ourselves. Everything starts from yourself. Your outside is just a reflection of the inside. If you are loving and kind to yourself, naturally it is going to reflect on the outside. The outside is going to reflect it back to you. Question number 3 is, what was that one activity or moment that completely involved you in the present moment? So it could be something like, for me, when I'm, say, playing football, or say I'm writing something, or for you it could be cooking, or anything that involves you and immerses you so much in the present moment that you forget about the concept of time, you forget about the past and present, your problems, everything. You are just so mindful of the activity at hand that you are in a state of flow, you are in a state of complete acceptance, and that is when true genius, true creativity flows through you. So we are now contemplating on that emotion. We are contemplating on that state in which time is relative, right? In which time just disappeared. You were just so involved. Give your body and mind a taste of what that feels like. In fact, if you have not had that moment in which you were just present completely, let's take 20 seconds now to simply just be. No talking, no thinking, just conscious listening. Listen to the silence. Give your body and mind a taste of what liberation feels like. Step out of thought and come back to your senses. I hope this helped you and it made you smile. And yeah, this is what it feels like to be completely grounded in the present moment. Give your body a taste of how it feels like and cultivate it. Seriously contemplate on this is your real life meditation, in which, say for me, when I'm playing football, it's like meditation for me. What is it that feels like meditation to you? Find those activities, make a list of them, and try to replicate those in different aspects, in different activities. Over time, if we want to spend more time in doing these activities, and more than what activities we are doing, it's about how we are doing these activities, right? So it's the how that we want to focus on. How is it that you did an XYZ activity of cooking or cleaning the house or anything, driving, anything? Remind your body and mind of that state of being, of complete flow and acceptance, and yeah, just spend some time in that feeling. So yeah, these were the 3 questions that I have for you. Again, watching these videos is not the work. Take these questions and you can almost form a small meditation for yourself, a small 10-15 minute meditation. If you have some more questions, you can add to them and just make it, maybe in fact drop it in the comments so that someone else can benefit from it, I can benefit from it. And yeah, just make it like a thing, maybe 15-20 minutes every day that you spend contemplating on these questions, and just consciously cultivating positive states of emotions. And trust me, this is like anything else. This is your mental gym. This is you working on your emotional intelligence, which will go a long way when you go back into dealing with your life situations, with your relationships. This is the homework that you're doing, and you're taking it, and then eventually it's just going to feel like breathing the air, beating your heartbeats. It is just going to be your default state of being. This does not mean that this does not mean that we don't emote certain emotions. Of course, if you feel grief at times, or say someone close to you passes by, of course you are going to feel sad and feel grief. We are not resisting any emotions, but we all have seeds of wholesome and unwholesome seeds, right? Of anger, guilt, positivity, ecstasy. Now it is a question of which of these seeds do you water with your thoughts? Which are the ones that you want to regulate, and which are the ones that you want to down regulate? So we are cultivating that habit, and just like any habit, consistency and patience is key. Initially you are working with the 5% conscious mind, so it is going to be difficult, but as you build this habit, it is going to go into your subconscious mind, and it is going to feel very natural to just feel this sense of love for life, for yourself, and for everyone around you. So definitely do that. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.